Hello and welcome to BabyLilaPink.com. This is a simple quick Photoshop photo retouch that I'm gonna do to help around some of my friends. First of all, we're gonna duplicate the layer that we have of the original photo. Then we're gonna add brightness and contrast to play around with the little light and darkness. You can see the before and the after. We're gonna merge those two layers. You're gonna see the difference now. And we're gonna duplicate that layer, and we're gonna do a curve action. We're gonna play around a little bit. I'm gonna do something here, just bringing up the dark parts and playing with the curves because I want to give it like a little more of depth. Yes, this is the before and the after. I'm gonna select the original layer. I'm gonna use this selection tool. You can use whatever selection tool you like. I like this one. There's other one that I use that is it got like a iman. I don't know how you say that in English. Like a magnet, yeah, like a magnet, and it stick to the outside lines of the image. Then you're gonna press on the top of the screen the button that said refine edge, and this, my friend, is gonna do the trick for the hair. We're gonna select overlay. It's gonna paint everything in red. Then we're gonna paint around the hair. I'm doing it quick right here, but you can do one long stroke without leaving the clicking. So it's gonna be like one click and drag all over the hair. Then we're gonna release and wait until it's painted all red, and then we're gonna hit OK. That's everything you have to do with this, with refine edge. Nothing else. As you can see, I did it wrong. But it's okay because I can retouch. And then I hit OK. And I'm gonna have a selection. I'm gonna show you how to save that selection because we're gonna use it a lot. I did it super wrong here, but you can rearrange the lines outside the face, the ears. Later I will do another video about only refined edges. So I go up and press in the top menu, select, then I press save selection. I'm gonna put a name to this selection and save it. Then I can load it anytime I want, the same selection at this particular document. Selection 1. Okay. And I got it right here. No selection. Selection 1. Okay. And that's the way that you can bring it on again. Okay, so we're gonna play around. You saw that I did a mask over the brightness and contrast, and paint everything outside those lines, those selections, black, because I want to bring the darkness parts in the back and the lightest on her face and body and everything she is. Oh, sorry, I did have to inverse the selection. So everything else is painted white and she is painted black. So the white reveals the things that are behind and the black stayed the same. Then I'm painting white all those details that I didn't like, that I didn't do okay. I'm painted them white so they can disappear and the image behind stay alive. I don't know if I'm explaining myself good, but I'm trying to help, so here we go. Again, I'm selecting the selection 1 that I saved. And I'm doing again an inverse on the layer curves and painting it black because I want to add more deep color. As you can see, I'm doing like strokes from the outside to the inside. So you can see like a slight halo around here. Again, this is a simple and quick, the more basic steps I can do for you. I'm gonna merge these 3 layers and copy that layer. You can see the before and the after. Then I'm gonna select the sharper tools. I'm gonna name this layer sharpen, and I'm gonna select the sharper tool, and I'm gonna paint the hair, the accessories, the mouth, the eyes, not the skin though. because we want the skin to stay as smoother as we can. But we're gonna bring those lines out with the charcoal. Then we merge. You see that I fast forward because it takes a lot of time. And now I'm gonna select the Dodge tool, and I'm making a copy of that layer, and I'm gonna name it Dodge. And with that, I'm gonna paint with the selection on the surroundings. That's the selection with the inverse, so it's outside. So I'm gonna paint over the skin a little, and on the hair around, following the light. You know, it's like kind of makeup. There's shadows and there are lights, so follow the lights. And we're gonna select the highlights in the range, and down the exposure to 13%. And we're gonna burn those outside hair a little bit, so it seems like the sun is shining on her, you know. I duplicate the Dodge. I merge the three of them again. Why I merge? Because I don't want to have like a lot of layers. You can always come back in the history if you make a mistake. So I made a copy, and I'm gonna select the Dodge tool, and I write the layer name eyes. So we're gonna do the eyes. Everybody is talking about my eyes. This is the basic of what I do. Okay, this is not the total editing that I do, but this is a quick one. So I select the Dodge tool, and I put it in the range of highlights in 13%, and I begin to click dots around the eyes, because the eyes have maps and we cannot click and swipe, because it will not look normal. So dots are better. Again, that's my way of doing it. Then I select the range to mid-tones, and now I'm click and dragging all around the eye. Then select shadows, that's the more stronger, and do the same. Then highlights again, and I turn it up to 48%. I'm gonna do the drag, click and drag, and also you can do the dots. Oh, that's too much, but you can always come here to the opacity and turn it down a little bit, so it will look more natural. But remember, we want the eyes to pop out a little bit. You're gonna be soon seeing the before and the after. Here you have it. You can always select the burn tool to burn a little bit all the surroundings of the eyes, because Many eyes have like a darker part on the outside, so that's gonna be a good thing to do if you like. So here's the before and the after. That's my girl. Merge the two layers, and then we're gonna do the lips. So we copy the layer again with the Dutch tool. This is a quick editing in the range of mid-tones, and we're gonna down the percentage to 17, and put the brush like smaller because we're gonna do strokes up and down, following the light that you see on the lips. Now it seems strong, but it's gonna be a little down once we down the opacity. You can see here. We can lower the opacity more, the exposure more, and change to highlight, and we can brush even more the exposure, please. And we can brush all the lips. And then use the burn tool to bring up the contour of the lips. Isn't she lovely? Turn down the opacity a little bit, just the way you want it. And there you have it. I think there are the lips. So we merge the layers. If we are happy with the editing, let me show you the before and the after. I'm gonna arrange, I'm gonna edit something that I did wrong in the beginning, but I promise you I will do a video about the edges, refined edges. But you can see this is the before and this is the after until now. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna select the lasso with the magnet, and we're gonna select all the contour, and with the clone tool to 64 of opacity and 83 flow, we're gonna copy the background and try to do the same colors and texture over that zone. Keep doing it until you see that that's all you want. I'm gonna do the same on the inside. So now with the, I don't know what the name of that tool is, but I think it's a healing brush, I think. So I'm fixing up some white marks that my girl has because she has sunscreen. That day we were at the pool, so she was wearing sunscreen. With that tool we're gonna clean the things that we don't want in her skin. We're gonna correct the edge, that edge. It's gonna give it a final touch. We can correct the little dust on the clothes if we want. That's the smooth tool. And again the healing. And I think we have it. You know, it's not perfect because I did it the wrong way, but I'm gonna show you soon to do the right way. And a better editing. So we're gonna copy the layer skin and we're gonna hold the layer sharpen again because we're gonna make sharpened edges and sharper more. Down the opacity, and there we have it. I'm doing a layer mask and I painted it all black. Then I select the white brush and I'm gonna paint over the eyes. That's the thing that I want to sharpen even more. The hair, the mouth, the clothes, the head pieces, everything that I want to be sharper. I'm doing it right now again. I'm gonna put up the opacity so you can see it. I flattened the image and this is the before and the after. Next time, I'm gonna do a tutorial about how to convert from this photo to this one or this one, from the basics to the extreme. Thank you very much and welcome to babylilabeat.com.